girl was his Coretta Scott King. Okay? That was his Coretta. All right? He was looking for his Coretta Scott King energy from the white women's during black women's We's Free and we ain't know it yet. Black Women's Juneteenth month.
Diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie, VVS, I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my Chanel. It's your sister, Jessie Woo. How are you guys feeling today? So I'm just playing catch up, child. Just getting these interviews out to you guys. Not interviews, videos of just a couple things, y'all. Out to y'all. But honestly, child, I am living on a prayer. So please pray for me. My mouth is in so much pain still. What else? If you're new here, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's We's Free and We Ain't Know It month. Black Women's Juneteenth month. Black women lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Black Women's month. Also, it is also Black Women's Caribbean Heritage Month. Shout out to all my Caribbean massive. It is also Black Women's Be Who You Are for Your Pride Rainbow Black Women's Month. It is so many Black Women's month, okay? So shout out to all of us who are celebrating. And shout out to you who's watching. Thank you so much for supporting me and watching my channel. I did mention in my last video that we are going to be hitting Tulum for October. So again, shout out to all the sisters who came with me to Colombia during Black Women's We's Free, but we ain't know it yet. Black Women's Juneteenth month. I'm very happy that all of you guys came. This is our first vacation, and I look forward to having more. So you know what? We taking shots and we had a time, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys who trusted me enough to come to Colombia with me. So we're hitting Tulum in October. That is the next vacation, Tulum. And while we were in Colombia, some of the girlies was like, you ever think about doing Asia? And I was like, I actually did do a Bali trip before, but I wanted to really do Phuket next. But that was gonna be like, for me, the Bali trip that I did take was a girls trip. It was more of an influencer trip. And I'm not trying to do like the influencer thing too much. Like, I'm not trying to force y'all to take pictures, force y'all to do this, that, and third as far as content. I just feel like just come and vibe. However, I think just leaving Colombia, I'm like, you know what? There are some things that I can incorporate in the future so that we all can feel like we are doing a little bit of content. I see that that's what y'all like too. Y'all do like making content. So I think it's something that we can incorporate going forward. But anyway, Tulum. Wookation Tulum is in October. Please go to wookation.net to go ahead and sign up, and I will see you guys in Tulum in October. I'm really excited. That is my next trip. All right, y'all. Let's get into some of these just a couple things, y'all, topics of the day. I'm just going to be picking some random things, and then we're going to get into the FENTY hair, Cecred hair conversation I want to have. But for the topics, child, let's just go ahead. You know what? I think I should start a segment called Woo Child. It's only right. Jessie Woo have a Woo Child segment, okay? So Woo Child. Today, Jonathan Luther King Majors was gifted the Perseverance Award at the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards. What? I'm pretty sure Megan Coretta Scott King Good was standing by his side while he accepted his award. I don't know if he accepted it or if it's being sent to him, but keep in mind, Hollywood Unlocked is owned by Jason Lee, and it was also co-hosted by Tiffany Haddish. So what are we expecting exactly? What are we expecting from these people. But also, I have a question for y'all. Because I'm seeing how Jonathan Luther King Majors is making his way into a lot of black spaces. And, you know, like NAACP stuff, Essence, you know, stuff. I think he was at the Essence Black Women's Brunch. And are we really against domestic violence? Like, are we really against that? Because how are we in one breath condemning Diddy, but then in the other, we're giving out the Perseverance Award to Jonathan Luther King Majors? Did y'all not read the case? Whether you like him or not, like, I know y'all wanted to see Kang the Conqueror. Like, I know, I get it. The man is an amazing actor, right? But it was pretty clear that he was toe tagging that lady. And maybe it's a case of like the O.J. Simpson case, right? Where y'all just don't give a fuck because she's a white girl. Maybe that's what it is. But keep in mind, that white girl was his Coretta Scott King. Okay? That was his Coretta. All right? He was looking for his Coretta Scott King energy from a white women's during a Black women's, we's free and we ain't know it yet, Black Women's Juneteenth month. Okay? During Lift Every Voice and Sing Till Heaven Ring, Black Women's Month. Okay? He was looking for Coretta Scott King energy from a white lady. That he was also taking to Pound Town. And I'm not talking about the Pound Town that Sexy Red be talking about. Okay? It was pretty clear that that was an abusive relationship. And a lot of you guys want to hold on to the video of him running away from her, you know, in that car. But I mean, I think those of you guys who hold on to that, if y'all were to see video of Ike and Tina in the back of that limo, y'all would have gave Ike Turner a pass. Y'all would have. Y'all know she hit him too. Instead of looking at it as a point that there's a certain point where a victim is tired of being pounded on. And it was clear that he got to tussling with her over his phone and it was just too rough. And he tried to keep her in the Uber. She wouldn't stay in the Uber and he ran away so that he could run away from the responsibility of it. It was pretty clear. It was pretty clear when you saw the footage of the police officers in his apartment next to his Frederick Douglass boots collection. And he was trying to act like he had no idea what was going on. Like, it was the text messages from the previous night literally showed he had every idea what was going on. That man was definitely putting hands on that woman. And now more than ever, it feels like to me that maybe Megan was the person that he was cheating on that white lady with. It's either that or this is all a PR stunt. And if it is, girl, buy out the contract and end it. This is not going to end well for you. Like, it's just not. And anyway, I have so many thoughts. But the fact that now he's like cleansing his reputation in a black community using Megan Coretta Scott King Good, mind you, before all of this, he was never seen at any of these black events. Ever. Ever. Ebony was the only one that scored that cover with him, which was great. But other than that, that man was never seen at any of those events. And now y'all are honoring this man, but at the same token, we're condemning Diddy, right? As we should. And don't get me wrong, you know, Jonathan Luther King Majors did not do all the things, the disgusting things that Diddy did. But at the root of it, they are both responsible for putting their hands on women. There have been several women that came forward with their own account of what Jonathan Luther King Majors did to them. So what do we really stand against DV, or is it a case by case situation where, you know what, it's a white woman, so it's cool? OJ, I would love to know your thoughts on that. Let me know. Speaking of the black community, while I was gone, Stephen A. Smith said that Will Smith owes the black community an apology for the Chris Rock slap at the Oscars. Maybe the only thing that Will Smith owes the black community an apology for is not turning around and following up the Chris Rock slap with slapping your ass, Stephen A. Smith. You need to find you something to fucking do, okay? Unplug the microphone! Unplug the microphones! Unplug the microphones! Unplug the microphones! That plug get microphone, yo! That plug get microphone, yo! And go to war! I know like that! Y'all niggas ain't dying enough. We need to send y'all back to war, put y'all on the front lines, because y'all not doing nothing useful but terrorizing us every motherfucking day. I'm so damn tired. Audience, can I get a hand clap if you want to see Will Smith smack the shit out of Stephen A. Smith? Exactly. Exactly. I would love to see Will Smith smack your ass next, Stephen. I would love to have Will Smith smack your hairline back into its original spot. You are fucking annoying. Hey, Will, hey, you are annoying. Hey, Will. You are fucking annoying. Shut the fuck up. Talking about Will Smith owes the... Shut your ass up. Shut up. Please. Did y'all see the new Bad Boys movie? I had the pleasure of going to a premiere for it before I went to Columbia. Shout out to Ernest Dukes. He put together a really, really, really good opening here for us, a screening here for us to watch it. It was at the iPic. Going forward, I'm not doing no screenings here in Atlanta unless it's at the iPic. If it's not the iPic, I ain't going. If it's not at the iPic, I'm not going. Like, that's where I need to be at. I need to be at the iPic. Point blank, period. It was a really, really good screening. The movie was amazing. This is random, but DJ Khaled is in the movie and he gets blown up to smithereens. I found that moment to be a little poetic. Just a little poetic, just a little bit. Especially given the fact that he's been so silent about what's been going on in Palestine and he's the biggest Palestinian, and just seeing your ass get blown up. It's like, I don't know. I found that to be a little ironically poetic. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts on that. Tiffany Haddish is in the movie too, and how is she still getting jobs after that whole the children thing? Like, I don't get how she's still getting jobs. Like, I don't get it. I don't get that she's still getting jobs. Like, we all saw the video. We all saw the Aries Spears skit and what she did with them kids. Like, how is she still getting jobs? I don't get it. Okay, this happened while I was gone too, baby. A Sister Act 2 reunion. Did y'all see the Sister Act 2 reunion down to the View? It's been 30 years since since it was shot. And my goodness, everybody still looks great. Everybody's voices are still amazing. Where was Lauryn Hill? Was Lauryn Hill still on her way? Like, is Lauryn Hill, did Lauryn Hill show up the next day, ready to go? Like, y'all know y'all gotta tell Lauryn Hill things like this, like, a month in advance. Like, girl, we need you. If you give Lauryn Hill the time and the date exactly a month in advance, I can guarantee you she'll be on time. But damn, like, where the fuck was she? I would have loved to see her and the young lady do the duet. Oh, I remember seeing that movie, and His Eyes on the Sparrow became my song. Oh, his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches over me. I sing because like I was waiting for the because I was waiting for the harmony. Lauren, girl. My Lord. Recently Lauryn Hill was actually awarded the #1 album of, I think, the past 50 years. Or the #1 album of all time, I think. By iTunes. Or Apple Music, I believe. And so many people had so many comments about it, and it was funny just watching like a lot of white people discover Lauryn Hill for the first time because of the list. But I mean, Lauryn Hill, nobody else has done what Lauryn Hill did. Like, she's in a lane of her own, and it's now seeing like her son out there. I think her son has that song, "You won't live any fire." I don't know the words, child, but these roads are leading me higher, higher. I don't know the words, child, but it's nice to see her son out there vibing, carrying on, and seeing the Marley clan still get it in. Like, it's just a beautiful sight to see, like, her still doing well and her still being high in demand. And she's always been someone that I admired, because Lauryn Hill is fuck y'all, I don't want to do this shit anyway. Like, if fuck y'all, I don't want to do this shit anyway was a person, it would be Lauryn Hill. Like, she is so me. Like, the shit that comes with the industry is so taxing, and she's just one of those people who just let it all go. And I don't blame her, because there's so many things that you have to deal with as an artist, and especially when you're like on a major label. It's just a lot of dark shit that comes with it. And so anyway, it's just really amazing to see how people still give her so much reverence, because she deserves it. She's the queen, point blank, period. Speaking of the queen, I saw this video of Nicki Minaj. I guess she was on Instagram Live, or maybe in her Insta stories, and she posted this video.
One day, they're yelling, push, and you're in pain. And then one day, he comes out, a beautiful baby boy. To God be the glory. Congratulations to every mama out there. You're doing a great job. In case no one's told you that, you're doing a great job.
Now, before she posted this, she also had a tweet that said, "Yes, single." I don't know what this all means. A lot of people are, speculating, is this meaning that she's separating from, I can't remember, this guy, what's the, Petty, Mr. Petty? I really hope she is. Make some noise if you want to see Nicki Minaj leave Mr. Petty alone. Yeah. The way this man and his essay history has tarnished Nicki Minaj's brand, it's been insane to see and watch. Nicki Minaj is a bona fide global superstar, okay? And even with all that being said, I feel like Nicki should be bigger than what she is right now. Imagine you're on a sold out world tour, the biggest hip hop female artist right now of all time, period, as far as numbers and fan base and commotion and press is concerned, and you have no big brands attached to you. You have no endorsements. You don't have third parties coming in and attaching themselves to you. This is all because you've linked up with a predator. You married a predator. You married someone who had to register themselves as one. You deserve way more than this. This is not God's work for your life, Nicki. Like, it really isn't. You're too amazing. Like, you are a superstar. And I think Nicki Minaj a lot of times just doesn't realize how much of a superstar she is, because she doesn't conduct herself as such. At this point, Papa Bear is beautiful. You have Papa Bear. Take Papa Bear and get the fuck on. Take Papa Bear and get the fuck on. I saw recently that you know, she had a problem with going into Amsterdam, that they found, you know, I don't know if it was like some type of drugs on her, and apparently, like allegedly, this is all alleged. Allegedly, it was for Mr. Petty. Don't know if that's true or not, but it's like, girl, like linking up with this man was not a good decision. And I get it, sometimes we can't help who we fall in love with, but girl, you are Nicki the fuck Minaj. Stand the fuck up. You can fall in love with whoever you want to fall in love with. Like, like the pickings are for your choosing. Literally. Like, yes, dating is hard, but bitch, you are Nicki the fuck Minaj. Stand the fuck up and choose better and move on with your life. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just want to see her do better. I want to see her do better. And Barb's, I know y'all gonna come in my comments, but Barb's, like, as someone who's not technically a Barb, I feel like to be a Barb, you really have to be in tune with Nicki. You got to know her stuff word for word, and I just don't. However, I've always been a fan of her work. I love her music. I think she can do 10 times better than this. Come on now. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. And baby, who the hell did that eyeliner? Let's move on. Let's talk about Ebony K. Williams. Did you guys see Ebony K. Williams' pregnancy announcement via People magazine? I'm shocked. I'm shocked because I am shocked. Like, that's how you pop out and show niggas, okay? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Shout out to Kendrick. But she announced that she was pregnant via People magazine. First of all, she looks amazing. She looks beautiful. She's glowing. I love to see it. Side note, some of y'all think I'm pregnant. And when I say y'all, I mean those of you guys who watch Dish Nation. I am not pregnant. I have just put on 11 pounds. Ooh, Lord. Jesus. So sorry. I put on... Oh. Am I done? We're back on one. Lord have mercy. Yeah. I have put on a lot of weight. These last 2 months, I've just been eating really good with this man. And I told him that I need us to chill the fuck out. Like, we've been getting our big back on. He not gaining no weight. He goes to the gym every fucking day. I don't have the luxury of being able to do that shit every fucking day. You know, I have hair. I can't always sweat out my hair all the time. I have other things to do, content, job, like, you know. And he has, don't get me wrong, that man is show running 3 shows. He has a lot of shit that he's doing. But I just feel like with men, they get to be, they get to eat like big backs, but don't put on big back weight as easy as women do. And so he is just having a good old time. Meanwhile, I am blowing the fuck up. Like, I was, like, my usual weight is 124 to 126. I am 134 right now. And I could see it in my face. I could see it on my body. I can feel it. Like, I actually feel uncomfortable, extremely bloated. Like, it's horrible. And so, child, I'm trying to drop that. Like, my birthday is July 6th, and I'm trying to be at least 126 for my birthday. So y'all pray for me. But I am not pregnant, okay? Hi, you're there. I'm not pregnant. But Ebony K. Williams details her pregnancy journey, why she's proud to be a single mom by choice. This is the article with People. And oh my God, look at how beautiful she looks. She looks stunning. She is just a stunning woman. Oh, this is so stunning. So stunning. So Ebony, who is 40, she said, I wanted to pursue the single motherhood by choice journey for the past 2 years, and I'm so blessed to be here now. But I'm also not deaf to how extraordinarily stigmatized it still is, says Williams. My mother, Gloria, raised me all by herself and did so in an era and at a time where being a single mother in this country, especially a Black single mother, was one of the most disgraceful things you could do. And in that span of a generation, that shifted to where women like me are not just embracing it, but also choosing it. It is not the shame-ridden narrative that it used to be, that's steeped in poverty, that's steeped in scarcity, that's steeped in rejection, that's steeped in all these heartbreaking and sad trauma points. I love that she said that. I love that she said that it's not steeped in shame, scarcity, rejection, poverty. You know, Ebony is someone who obviously is well off financially. She's not poor. She doesn't have anything to be ashamed of. She was married before. I think she's been married, I wanted to say twice, but I think only once. But he was a successful, well-to-do guy, and it just didn't work out. She's not heartbroken. No one is rejecting her. She just wants to do this on her own. And I can just sum up that it's come to that because she just hasn't found the partner that she wanted. In the article, she said, you know, that's not my story. These innocent little babies are so desperately and lovingly wanted that they have mothers who invested exuberant, oh Lord, child, these words be having so many syllables. Exorbitant resources. You know, she's real smart, child. She a lawyer. Exorbitant resources by way of money and by way of time and by way of what we put our bodies through, etc., to bring them to this earth and to shower them with all the things that all sweet babies deserve. That's love. Apparently, she started the journey when she was 34. It looks like she did this while she was still married. Or while she was still married, or maybe right after she got divorced, but she froze her eggs at 34, and those eggs resulted into this pregnancy. Ebony continues, as a very proud and conscious Black woman, it was very important to me to pursue a sperm donor who shared my cultural and racial identity. The Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams Starr says, noting that a shortage of Black sperm anonymous donation in America made that no easy feat. I remember Brat and Judy talking about this too, that it was so hard for them to find a black donor. And she said, I was very, very blessed and fortunate to have found a fantastic donor. She said, this isn't a random guy who needed $10 to get him a medium pizza so he ejaculated in a cup. Not the Phaedra reference. I'm screaming. This is a Cadillac offering of services. I know my donor's life story, which I heard told to me in an audio file he recorded in his own voice. I know his profession. I know about his family. I've seen childhood and adult photos of my donor. I've read essays written in first impression essays. Staff at the facility wrote about him. I feel extremely confident. What do you guys feel about this? I saw mixed reviews on this. Number one, I mean, clap if you think that we are living in a time where women should have the right to choose to be single mothers by choice. Clap. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't think y'all. Okay. So let's start here. Let's start here. Audience, let me hear you clap if you are part of the My Body, My Choice movement. Part of the My Body, My Choice movement is the right to decide when and how you want to bring a child into this life, and if you don't want to. And I feel like as women, you get shunned if you don't want to do your duty, which is having a child. You get shunned if you abort the child, you know, if you're not ready or if you're violated sexually, you know, and now you get shunned if you want to do this by choice. I mean, here's the thing. It's like dating is not an easy task. This is the same woman who just a year ago y'all were dragging because she says she does not want to date the bus driver. She wants to date the owner of the bus company. You guys were constantly beating her down so that she could lower her standards. And you know what? She said, rather than lower my standards, I'll do you one better. I'll do this on my own. And fortunately, but also unfortunately, there are a lot of women out here who are single mothers, even in marriages. I see you guys say this all the time when especially when Black women come online, they talk about their horror stories about giving birth, you know, dating someone who they thought was a certain way, then having a child with them and things don't turn out and the way that they should. And I see you guys shun them. Oh, well, you only met this guy a month and, you know, you're already pregnant. Or there's some of them that are who marry men and been with them for several years and they get pregnant and the men walk out on them. Like, you really cannot control that. There's really no way to control it. I mean, I am the firstborn of 4. My mother married my father, was divorced, got remarried, is still married, and my mother has always been a single mother. Has always been a single mother. The bulk of everything. My mom was always the breadwinner. Always the breadwinner. Always working extremely hard to provide for us and her husband. Okay? Mind you, when she married my father is someone who has several degrees, speaks several languages, was preaching, and unfortunately became a drug addict. And so there was no depending on my father for anything. She was a single mother with 2 kids while being married. This man was a liability to her. Remarries. I don't talk about my stepfather, and I've said this before. I have 2 siblings from that marriage, so I won't talk about my stepfather, but she was a single mother there too. Okay? And so what is it that you guys want from women? When women marry you, you still put the bulk of child rearing on the women. And then now when women are financially at a place where they could do this on their own, they can get a nanny, they have their village, they have their family members, they have their friends, and they can provide a healthy environment for that child, it's still a bad thing. I've seen people say, oh, this is a very selfish thing to do. How? I thought as women we're supposed to have children. She's doing her duty. Oh, but now it's selfish because she's not doing it in a pattern where a man can control it. Like, it's just weird to me. I think she's going to be a great mother. I can so relate to this. I've talked to you guys about this before getting into my relationship that I'm in now, that I was going to go down to the clinic, pick my damn baby daddy out, and move on about my business. Like, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. I have always wanted to be a mother. I have always wanted to raise a child and pour into them and send them out into the world so that they could change the world and that they could be all that you can be. Like, I wanted to do all the things. I've always wanted to do all the things that I feel that I didn't get as a kid, because being the oldest of 4, the eldest daughter syndrome is real, and you do not get nurtured the way your younger siblings get nurtured. And I look forward to doing that one day. I look forward to doing all the things that I didn't get as a kid. When I have children, I see nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm gonna do this on my own. On my own, I'm Patti LaBelle. On my own, I'm gonna be on my own. I see nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with what Ebony is doing. And who's to say that down the line, she doesn't meet the man of her dreams while she has this child? It happens all the time. I think that it's very healthy to just let go of a certain idea, especially at 40, saying, okay, this hasn't worked. Am I supposed to keep waiting to become a mother and to have a family? No, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm financially stable. Why am I waiting for this? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Speaking of pregnancies, is Rihanna pregnant? Did y'all see this video of her walking around with this I'm retired shirt? She is sick of us asking her for damn new music, okay? The shirt said I'm retired. This is the most dressed up that I'm going to get, period. I know that's right, period. But, you know, she was seen walking around and kind of concealing her stomach. You know, she's in the middle of FENTY hair being dropped. And then, you know, for the FENTY hair event, she wore something that was very loose fitting. And it kind of just looks like, yeah, she is concealing. It looks like she's concealing a pregnancy. Are we finally going to have that baby girl? Or is she finally going to give birth to R9? Let her tell it. Rihanna got jokes, okay? But I want to talk a little bit about FENTY hair, because since she dropped FENTY hair, there's been all this talk about Cecred hair, right? And Rihanna dropped the first photo for FENTY hair, and everybody was like, not a wig. Not a wig during Black Women's Week's Free, and we ain't know it yet. Black Women's Juneteenth month, while you know, releasing this hairline. And then there are other people, once they saw this, they recalled how so many people were demanding to see Beyonce's real hair, right? And so they started demanding to see Rihanna's real hair. And to be honest, am I wrong for thinking all of y'all are weird for asking both of these women to show y'all their hair? Let's just start off with Beyonce. Beyonce has always had long hair. This is something, I mean, if you're a beehiver, you know this. She has always had long hair, okay? And so for me, her dropping Cecred, I'm not going to go buy Cecred in hopes that I'm going to have hair as long as Beyonce's. Now, if you watch me in my hair content that I do every so often, you've seen my hair. My hair is not as long as Beyonce's. I don't have the same hair textures. But, you know, I didn't buy Cecred. And the reason why I didn't buy Cecred is I just feel like it wasn't marketed towards me. It wasn't something that was friendly to me, per se. I didn't see anything that was relatable to me and my needs, right? Other than it's Beyonce's Haircare line. You know what I mean? But I wasn't going to leave my house to go buy Cecred hoping that I would have hair like Beyonce's. Rihanna is someone who I feel her most notable hairstyle was the pixie, right? She's done everything from braids to weaves to half wigs to ponytails, different hair colors. So for me, when she dropped Fenty hair, I didn't know what to expect. To be honest, I'm shocked she's not doing hair coloring. What do you all be looking for when it comes to celebrities releasing hairlines? Like, I would really like to know that. When I look at, for instance, like Tracee Ellis Ross and Pattern, I feel that tracks, right? Like, her hair being, you know, I think she has like 3C, her hair having the pattern that it has, and she's talking to a specific group of women that have, you know, the curly, the coarse hair. Or when you look like a brand like Mayel, even though I feel like Monique, she's someone I met way back in 2018. I've been using her product since then. But even though she wasn't a celebrity when she started, but now she's a celebrity. But Mayel, like, what do you guys look for when you look at Mayel? Or when you look at hair products like, you know, TPH by Taraji P. Henson, which I used recently, and the smell is amazing. Can't really speak to the quality too much. What do you guys be looking for? When I look at people like Tabitha Brown, she has Donna's recipe. You know, Tabitha Brown is known for her recipes. So now she did Donna's recipe, where her hair care line reminds you of, you know, recipes that you make in the kitchen. Or when you look at, you know, hair products from, who else is someone that I love? I said Mayel, I love their Rosemary Mint collection. Camille Rose. You know, I love Camille Rose as well. I just got some stuff from Shea Moisture. I don't think Shea Moisture is Black owned, but I'm gonna try it out to see. But I would love to know what you guys are looking for when you guys are looking for hair care. I will tell you what I'm looking for in a minute, because I have a special announcement that I want to make. But when Beyonce first dropped Cecred, right? It just wasn't appealing to me. I don't think Beyonce knows how to brand herself very well outside of music. Ivy Park, I never bought it. House of Darion, didn't buy it. Never bought any of her perfumes. I literally just bought this perfume. When she dropped Ce Noir, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy Ce Noir. I'm gonna buy it. And I told you guys, to me, Ce Noir is very auntie. It is an auntie perfume. It is not what I expected at all. And then, like, looking at the bottle too, I was like, okay, it looks great. You take it out, but it's actually smaller than what I expected. Maybe I didn't look at the measurements right, but when you have it promoted this way, I'm thinking this is the entire bottle. I didn't think that this was gonna be the bottle. My auntie Fifi will be coming in town next month, and I will be gifting her this because it smells like an auntie perfume. It smells like strawberry candy at the bottom of somebody's bag. Like, that's what it gives. It doesn't give the vibrance, the energy that I see that Beyonce exudes when she's performing. It just didn't give that. going back to Ivy Park, did you guys ever see any of your friends wearing Ivy Park? Like, let's just be honest. Be honest. Like, did your friends wear Ivy Park outside of Instagram? Because that's the only place I saw people wearing Ivy Park. Wearing it to Instagram, hoping that she would repost them. But she never did any collabs with anyone. Like, she never really sent, or her team never really sent Ivy Park to, like, you know, creators, fashion creators. Like, I didn't see any of those collabs with those brands. And then when you drop Cecred, you still miss the mark with that. Like, now I'm seeing like rollouts of videos of different influencers going and getting their hair washed by Mama Tina and other people that are part of the Cecred team. But it's like, y'all are just, it's so obvious that Cecred is just releasing videos of people who went out and bought the product on their own. You trusted nobody with the product. You're not really interacting with people using the product. And that is where Beyonce is always going to miss the mark, because it hurts her relatability. It hurts her relatability. Like, you're already not relatable as far as just, you are amazing. Like, she's amazing as a performer, amazing as, you know, this larger than life star. But when it comes to the brands, something doesn't click. It just doesn't click for me. At least as a buyer, as a consumer, it doesn't click. Then you have someone like Rihanna from the jump. I remember when Rihanna first dropped Fenty makeup, and I did a video, you know, of me trying on the highlighters, and they reposted it, and they interacted with me. And they've always interacted with people on socials, whether you're a big influencer, whether you're a micro influencer. You know, Rihanna was already a very relatable. Rihanna has always been a very relatable celebrity because she used to talk to us on Twitter. We've seen her drag people. We've seen her follow everyday people on Instagram, talk to people, leave comments here and there. On the red carpet, she's talking to people. Like, you don't really get those types of interactions from Beyonce. And I'm not saying that Beyonce has to do that, but in this economy, if you want people to get up and go buy your stuff outside of your music, you're going to have to come down to the folks. I saw someone that was like, oh, well, y'all want people like Beyonce to break their backs to talk to y'all. Yeah, if you want me to spend my money. Especially in this economy, like, this economy is crazy. Okay, like, I was at your tour, I went and saw your movie. That was a lot of money. So for me now to go buy your Haircare, I need to see things from you. You know what I mean? I remember when Beyonce dropped the video of her washing her hair. People were coming up with all these different theories about, oh, it's not really her hair. I think it was her hair in the video. The only thing that struck me was, I knew that Beyonce making that video was because y'all not buying Cecred. The same way y'all wasn't buying Ivy Park, and she had to shut that down. Y'all not buying Cecred. I don't understand how Beyonce is like such a huge star, but when it comes to her branding, it's always a miss. When you get to Rihanna, I feel like some people are like, oh, well, so y'all not giving Rihanna half the bullying that y'all gave Beyonce. Rihanna is someone who came in the makeup game and changed the makeup game with 40 shades and more of foundation. And it made sense. Like, one foundation color was just not one foundation color. She gave you one foundation color with 3 different undertones. Like, changed the game. She invented inclusive. She did what people that have legacy brands who still are not doing it today, still can't achieve what she's achieved. And so from that point, from her talking to us continuously, her brand interacting with everyday people, content creators, to changing the game, people are obviously looking forward to Fenty Hair doing the same. How are you going to change the game? Another thing that I'm like, of course people are not going to give Rihanna half the hoopla that they gave Beyonce. We've seen Rihanna do so many hairstyles. This is one interview that she did, I think, with E! News or Essence, where she was talking about her hairstyles over the years.
I would say the most iconic hair era for
I mean, she's not even mentioning all the hair. She didn't even talk about her red hair era. Do y'all remember Rihanna's red hair era? Like, this woman has given us so many colors, so many cuts. Shout out to Ursula Steffens. I saw that Ursula Steffens is actually part of this brand, part of creating the Fenty hair brand. Ursula gave Rihanna that famous pixie cut, the famous, actually the bob, and then they just kept going shorter and shorter and shorter, and it became the pixie. But Ursula Steffens is who's behind Rihanna's bad girl era. Like, when we look at Beyonce's hair, yes, Beyonce has had different hairs throughout the years. I think Beyonce was more versatile when she first came out because she was doing braids, she was doing perm, she was on the perm boxes for a little bit. But once she got into her Bonnie and Clyde 03, once Beyonce got into her no, like, and she found the bust down middle part with the hair coming down the middle, blonde, like that became her signature. She didn't really switch it up a lot. Maybe she'd give us layers. Sometimes she'd do a little brown, you know what I mean? But it's like, for the most part, that has been her look. When you look at Rihanna, every album had a different look. Every tour had a different look. Every cover had a different look. Like, so people are going to be more susceptible to Rihanna's hair game and her dropping a hair care line before they are to Beyonce's, based off of hairstyles alone. And then again, I cannot believe, maybe she's doing this down the line, but I think Rihanna should do hair coloring. I do. Girl, you've given us so many hair colors, so many different hair colors. Like, and I believe Rihanna's a natural blonde. She's always had like an ash blonde, even from when she was a kid in Barbados. But girl, you've given us so many different colors. Like, I feel like she should be giving us more. Like, girl, you should be having your own hair coloring brand. I look forward to it. And then in another interview too, here's another thing that makes Fenty hair more appealing to me than Cecred too, is that Rihanna, even in the pre-release, because I ordered the pre-release, in the pre-release, she had two different systems. She had one for dry hair, if you need moisture. She had another system that was focused towards bonding and repair. So already she's kind of given us two categories already. I'm pretty sure she's going to give us more. Beyonce's more of a, well, this is for everybody. How is it for everybody? I'm very leery of hair care companies who say this is for everybody. It's like Herbal Essence, right? It's for everybody. Is it? It's not for everybody. Pantene Pro V. Is it? It's not for everybody, which is why even back in the day, Pantene Pro V had to do their brown bottles for Black women. Like, I grow very leery of you saying this is for everybody. It can't be for everybody. It just can't. And so those are just a couple of the reasons why I feel like, to me, Fenty is more appealing. And then let's just talk about the promo too. You know, Beyonce's promo was black, white. You have Rihanna's promo that's full of color, people walking around with different types of hairstyles. Rihanna just gets it. Beyonce doesn't. I feel like Beyonce is Beyonce. And how it comes across is, I'm Beyonce. You should want to buy this. And it's like, no, girl. In this economy, you're going to have to prove yourself. I see nothing wrong with people demanding certain things from brands. I think we should be fair across the board. I think it's stupid to ask people to show them their hair, because again, I don't think that using Beyonce's hair care line is going to give you Beyonce hair. Some of y'all were dragging Rihanna about her hair that she has right now because she did the big chop. I think it's actually very smart. I want to see how you doing the big chop, how this using your product is going to transform your hair. We need to, now she's going to show us that. That's smart. That's smart to me. Let me know. But I think that's smart. I personally think, again, it's really stupid to be asking these women to show y'all their hair, like to, as if to do like a aha moment. I think that's stupid. However, I think that Rihanna doing the big chop and using her curling gel and showing you how the curling gel curls her hair up, coils it up, I think that's very smart. I do think that Beyonce should do more videos of her using the product if you want to gain that trust. Beyonce did have that one event where she had influencers come out, but it's like, yeah, it still didn't hit because it's like, where were the hair content creators? You know what I mean? Like, where were the hair content creators? That's what we want to see. We want to see how it really works on people's hair. And we want to see you partnering up, especially in this economy and in this time where all these other brands are breaking their backs to work with creators, to pay them as well. Fenty pays their creators. I can't say that for Cecred, but Fenty pays their creators. Just saying, okay? This is why Rihanna will always win, because not only is she relatable, not only is her marketing genius, but she knows how to invest back into the people who invest in her products. Beyonce, you should definitely take a page out of her book and do the same. I think that would help. But with all that being said, I really did want to have a talk about this because I have been working on my own hair care line, and I've been wanting to do this for a minute. I think the pandemic hitting steered me away, and just the economy steered me away. And also too, I feel like there's so many people that are doing it as well. And I was just like, okay, what could I bring to the hair care industry that hasn't been seen before, you know? And I remember getting my hair tested a 1.5 years ago by my Ivana, and the products that I found out were really good on my hair kind of shocked me. And I remember telling you guys about my journey. Some of y'all was like, I don't want nobody testing my hair. You know, my Ivana is owned by Candace Mitchell, a Black woman. She's a scientist, and her specialty is to collect this data so that other Black-owned companies can know what Black women need when it comes to their hair care. And so I've been working with her not only about seeking what black hair needs, but also like my hair needs. Like, okay, I have, 4A hair. What does work best on my hair? I've been going through a lot of different changes. I've been having a lot of stress, and recently I experienced a lot of fallout in my hair. It probably doesn't look like that on video, but I've experienced it a lot. I think part of it was getting my hair deep fried by the Dominicans, but also too, I think stress plays a part as well. And some of the products that I tested have helped me, gain some of my hair back. And now I'm in the mode of, okay, not only repairing, but I want to grow. How do we grow this hair? What do we do? And so I'm really excited about launching this hair care company with them. This is something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. Thanks to my Ivana, now I have the science that I need to know, like, what girls like me are looking for when it comes to their hair needs, but also because I've been going through some stress issues, health issues, and it's affected my hair, I want to attack that as well. I want to address it as well using my hair care line. So I have a name for it and everything. I'm not going to say it just yet. I'm still waiting. I'm still working on just mapping out everything from releasing it to marketing it to, the different compositions of what I want in different products, and, what my goal is for consumers that will consume it. So I'm really, really excited about, releasing my own hair care line, and I'm really happy about partnering with my Ivana to do it. I'm really happy that I'm doing it with a Black female-owned tech company who specializes in Black hair needs and what we seek, what we look for when we are spending our money on these hair care lines. I want to be the next FENTY hair. I want to be the next Cecred. I want to be the next pattern. I want to be the next TPH. I want to be the next Mael. Like, I want to do those things. I want to be up there, and I want to be able to give the girlies, you know, something that they haven't experienced before when it comes to hair care. And that's what I look forward to doing with my Ivana and the release of my hair care line. So just wanted to share that with you guys, and let me know what you guys think about everything that we discussed in this video. Drop down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
These diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jessie, VVS, I just turn